Hello and welcome to AJ's Allotment. It's Saturday the 15th actually, it's my brother's birthday, I should know that. I've come inside today and I'm just going to do some potting on, so I thought I'd show you some of the potting up we're going to do. Right, so we've got the sweet peppers which need potting on. As you can see, they've come really nice now. So I've just got some multi-purpose compost, Jack's Magic is it? I've got, so I'm just going to pot on into these. Right. So they're just, as you can see, starting to have the roots come through, so now's a good time really to be doing that. So we're just going to prick them out. It's one of the reasons I've been liking using my newspaper pots, is because pricking out's been a lot easier. I hate pricking out, I really do. So we're just going to grab them by the seed leaves. As you can see, it's got a real nice root structure on there. And make a hole. Drop it in. And I'm just going to fill around. There we go. And doesn't that look healthier now, all in its own pot, and that'll allow it to grow on. So I'll do another one. So it's a bit of a funny weather day today, even though the sun keeps coming. There's two there, look, I'm just going to separate them out a bit because they seem to be stuck together. There we go, it's got a nice root structure on it. Yeah, it's sort of one of them weird days today. It's really, really windy and it's quite chilly actually. So even though you get the, oh, I need to put things out, I'm still hanging on. I always think, oh, I'm going to go today. It's warm enough, and then the weather turns again. So I really am going to stick with my gut instinct and hang on as long as possible, and start a few things off at home. So that's those. I'll do the rest later. What else have I got to do today? I've filled one of these windowsill trays up, and I'm going to set my pumpkins going. So I saved some seed last year from the jack-o'-lanterns. I'm hoping they're going to all come true. But I'll best put my labels in there actually, otherwise I'll forget what they are. So I saved seed. So they say Atlantic Giant, so sorry, you'll have to excuse me, but this is my seed box. It was organised, it's now chaos again, like the rest of my life is complete chaos. So I've looked in my seed box and my jack-o'-lanterns have disappeared, so what I'm going to do for now is do something else. A while ago I was watching Cookie's Allotment, one of his tours and updates, and he was growing some walking stick kale, and apparently once they've finished with the kale you can carve the stalks into walking sticks. So I said, oh, that sounds interesting, and generously sent some of the seed through the post for me. So I'm going to put that in, I'm going to sow them into a pot here. There's not that many seeds, so fingers crossed we'll get some germination and they won't get attacked by the cabbage whites. So these are quite precious, so I'm going to do those today. So thank you very much for these. So let's have a look. I'm going to firm that down, see what we've got. So I don't know if you can see there, so there's only a few. So I'm going to scatter those, and fingers crossed everyone, and positive thoughts, because they sound really interesting, and quite artsy fartsy, and love anything like that. So, and then I'll just scatter on the top. There's quite a few lumps in this compost today. Right, so that's the walking stick kale. And also, our old friend over at Grumpy Gardener, he sent me some of those blue pumpkin seeds. So I think now's as good a time as any. These look like really nice plump seeds. I'm assuming you'll get some quite big pumpkins from them because you can normally tell by the seed type. So again, I'm going to just sow direct into these pots and garden with my life. So again, let's send some positive thoughts, see if we can get some really good ones. Obviously I've got that big section at the back dedicated to squash and pumpkins this year, so there's plenty of space. And then there's the second plot as well. So look at those. Aren't they lovely? Nice thick seeds. Fantastic. So just going to pop those in. Just like that. Get her over. Fantastic. So that's those done. I'll just make some labels for them. Also, oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, William wanted a drink. So, what I'm going to do in this modular tray is sow some autumn calibres. I thought I'd already done this, and I've been looking for it in the greenhouse and I hadn't. So, or if I have, I've misplaced it. Again, similar looking seeds to the other brassica seeds, the kale seeds. Kale, spinach, broccoli, they've all got this shot put kind of seed. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few in each module. Love our broccoli, it's really good for us, full of vital vitamins. And I watched a documentary and it's supposed to help not only prevent cancer, but apparently eating broccoli every day can actually help with tumours. And that, I can't remember the name of the programme that was on, it was a while ago, a superfoods programme where they investigate so-called superfoods. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but it can only help. Regardless of that, it's got some great vitamins in it, so, and it tastes nice. And you can put it with pretty much any type of dinner. You can have it light with lunch, or you can have it with fish pie. Great in a fish pie, actually. Loads of uses for it. So we love our broccoli, and obviously this year again, especially now we've got the extra half plot, I really am going to try and make it so we are feeding ourselves all year round, and get that in production. So the next couple of years it'll be a test really to see if we can do that. But so far the kids are enjoying getting the sprouting broccoli that's on the second half plot. They're loving having that. I've got my slow cooker on next to me with my beef stew in it, and in there's got some leek and some kale from the plot, so we're eating off it and it's really lovely. For anyone who's new setting out, it is so worth it, ridiculously worth it. Right, so that's the calabrese broccoli done now. Just think, sowing our seeds now and it's for an autumn harvest. It seems like miles away, but it'll soon be upon us. Get my label. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, the weather's like now, look, the sun's come up beaming through again. Who knows what it's going to do? I don't know if it's like that everywhere else in the country or the world, but up here in Scunny, up north, it can't make its mind up. My husband's working about 45 miles away, and he says it's been raining all day, but we've not really had any rain at all because all my water butts are empty. So I actually would rejoice if we had some rain right now, because like I say, the one in the garden's empty, the one at the allotment's running down, the ground's getting hard and dry. As I was saying earlier, not only did our friend send us some of the blue pumpkins, he also sent me some white strawberry seeds. I've never seen white strawberries before, so I'm not sure how they're going to turn out or what to do with them. So I'm thinking I'll set them off in a pot and hope for the best. Chuck in and see what happens, because there's no growing instructions with these. But yeah, I'm assuming they'll just be a nice strawberry. I love my strawberries, as you've seen on previous videos. We've got quite a few of them. Nothing better than seeing the excitement on the kids' faces. It's better than Easter hunts, that's for sure. Going out and picking your own fresh strawberries, there's nothing like it, and eating them straight away. I don't know why we keep them in the fridge when we get them either, because strawberries, like tomatoes, are better when you have them at room temperature as they're grown, not actually cold. So I'm just going to scatter those very tiny seeds. Again, see if you can see them. Very, very tiny. I'm just going to scatter them across the top. I've never ever grown strawberries from seed before. I've always bought, well, I say always, I bought some plants about 7 years ago, and from that we've just had from the runners. So we'll see what happens with those. Just do a scattering on the top. Oh, not sure what that's got in there, it's escaped. So any advice from growing strawberries from this point on, please let me know. And what we got next? So what have we done? We've done Calabrese broccoli, we've potted on some peppers, we've done our walking stick kale and the pumpkins, yay! I've got this tray here ready for doing my other pumpkins, which went missing. So let me have one more look and see what's happened to them. The problem is that this is what's happened. So this envelope here says jack-o'-lantern. It's back to front because I'm using my phone. This says jack-o'-lantern. And as I open this envelope up, these are clearly not jack-o'-lantern pumpkin seeds. These are most definitely runner beans, which, don't you just love that sound and how they feel? For me, whether I'm eating them or not, that's just amazing. It's very sensory, lovely, yummy sound of beans. Takes you back to when you're small and it's exciting and Jack and the Beanstalk. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. So I'm just going to do some more Atlantic Giant that I've saved, which are just as good, but I'll have to fish out my seeds. So I'm sure there's a packet somewhere that's got runner bean on and it's got pumpkin seeds in. I don't know how I've done that. I'm so unorganised. So again, just going to make some holes and pop them in and hope for the best. I might do 2 per module actually. So I was watching Gardener's World, catching up with that today, and at the minute I'm trying to set up my own community project similar to the one that was featured on there. Whether I can get it going or not's another matter, because as you know, I've got children with special needs. So Joshua, you already knew, was autistic, but William, my little one, this week received his diagnosis of autism too, and my other daughter's epileptic. And in this area I do think there's a massive lack of things to do post 16, so I do worry what's going to be available for when they're older, for safe spaces to go to. And I do, again, gardening and for mental health and disability is one of the best medicines you could have. So I'm championing that at the moment. Not sure how I'm going to go about it, because I am just a mum. I'm no special person, no therapist. I'm just a mum who's got an interest in mental health and trying to help people. So any ideas on how to set up a community project, drop me a message if I can find out how to open it, because again, not very technical. So I'll try my hardest. I'm struggling with using my new phone for things, because I can't always open stuff, and then I have to go fight with the kids to get a laptop then, because we share, which I don't think the sharing works in my favour, to be honest. But yeah, so that's something I'm really, really passionate about, but I don't think the council will allow us to open up and use the allotments for those projects. They're quite strict on the usage. So we shall see. I've got quite a lot of phone calls to make to try and set things in motion. But it's something I'm very, very passionate about, and I have been for a long time, really. I find that if without having that outlet of going somewhere and just being outside and having the sun on you and getting your vitamin D, which obviously is your happy vitamins anyway, isn't it? So you need that, and I just think there's not enough support and places where people can just turn up and get their hands dirty and meet people with similar interests, or just working side by side and not actually talking about anything other than what it is you're doing, but just getting that time away from hustle bustle if you've got a busy life. If you're like me, you're stressed because of the kids and all the rest of it. Speaking of which, one turns up on you. Yes, darling? You'd like a biscuit? You may have a biscuit, yes. Even I'm trying to go sugar free, but the kids insist on keep having biscuits. It's not very helpful. The smaller ones I know I can control a bit, but the big ones it's a bit harder. But I'm trying to wheedle them down. Again, that's really difficult. I mean, it's all around us. It's so much easier to buy sugary snacks than it is to go sugar free. I'm not sure what's happened to the world. Right, sorry, dribbled on a bit there. But so that's them all in. I'm just going to again chop over. And I'm going to stick them on a nice sunny windowsill in the house because the greenhouse is still a bit cold. And then once they go in, they'll transfer into the greenhouse and there'll be a bit of space because I'm going to be taking my peas up the allotment the next couple of days and putting those out. Dare I? Dare I? I don't know what the weather's going to do. I know that this morning I went slug hunting in the greenhouse and little pesky slugs have been in and had a nibble on my lilies and that I've got going off in there, so I wasn't best pleased. Now I'm going to use my very technical watering can, otherwise known as my ironing jug, because it's to hand in the kitchen. Very resourceful. That's what we use. I ain't got time for making holes in bottles and things. I'll just use my ironing jug. I don't really use it for the iron because it annoys me ironing. I used to have an ironing business, but now I don't do that anymore. I never pick my iron up. Right, so from AJ's allotment at home, thank you for listening to me waffle on, and hopefully we'll get some more things doing and I can update you from the plot. Until then, happy Easter everyone. Try not to have too many chocolate eggs and get going with them sowings. I'll see you all again soon.